I'm sure you probably already got an idea of what you're going to do this time of the game. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't want to, like, pitch or anything because it's Final Five. Like,
Yeah.
you have to do whatever is best for you.
Yeah.
We each, I think, have a different opinion of what is best for ourselves, too.
Mm-hmm.
All I just want to do is voice just last week.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things, like, that happened in anyone's HOH, including Johnny's, yours, or Derek's. Like, all that stuff happened.
Yeah.
That's beforehand. And I have skepticisms with everybody because of it.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, definitely working with Will and Paris this game has been a lot of, like, well, no matter what happens,
Yeah.
play our games, disassociate game-wise, but I'm not going to put you up or vote to evict you until the time comes.
Yeah.
This is where the time is.
Yeah.
And we all have to make our decisions.
Yeah.
I know you have Derek, and I have had them in this game, but I do believe when it came down to it that they would choose each other. And I don't think that they haven't said that. I don't think that they even really know for sure. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt there.
Yeah. Remember that time when I was sitting on the couch with you?
Yeah.
And I asked you those questions, but didn't give you anything?
Yeah.
So those are questions I just wanted to put in your head for things that I've had conversations with them separately.
It's been...
Before I ever even built a relationship with you.
Yes. It's been something I've
But, like, obviously it's something I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus or whatever.
No,
It's just something I
want
wanted to make you aware of.
And I hope me saying that doesn't mean I'm throwing them under the bus.
It's not at all.
It's not. It's just
not at
now
all.
is the time that we talked about.
Yeah.
And I think it's a little bit daunting coming into this week because I am the fifth person. And I know that. And especially with everybody leaving last night, Allie, Johnny, Liv, they didn't have to tell me things. So I think that's the most honest anyone has ever been. It was things that I was already very aware of, suspicious of, and knew about.
And it was things about...
Not to the degree.
You know, things... You know how Allie was, like, yelling things before she walked out the door?
Yes.
So... I've heard all those things.
Yes, and she has told me all those things, but only when it came down to it.
Okay, but I obviously wasn't one to, like, go out because, like, I know there's all that trust, and there's no point of someone telling you that you don't trust as much as someone else. So, and that's why I almost was like, just so you know.
Yeah,
just,
it wasn't even
just
that
curious
I didn't
how your relationship was.
Yeah, because when it came down to it, there wasn't anything to distrust about that.
Yeah.
I think that when it came down to that's what we had said.
Yeah.
We won't do this and this until the time comes, and that was very much how it was.
Yeah.
And there were a few times during the week where they were very upset with me for thinking that I had cut a deal with you and Derek.
Yeah.
Which I was trying to be very forefront with. I can't risk my game by doing that.
No, they specifically asked me privately without you even in the room if there was any deal made. And I was like, no, there's absolutely nothing. I was like, it just honestly, you know what it comes down to? It doesn't make sense for Maddy to keep Allie for the fact that Allie has voiced that she wants her out.
And the fact
Pretty
that
sure
there
that's
are
where
multiple
Maddy's opinion's coming from.
Well, that and there were multiple opportunities for you to use me as a scapegoat as people in this game have, and you didn't.
No, I didn't because that's what other people wanted. That's not what I wanted. And in this game, at the end of the day, I always do what I want to do.
Me too.
And I know that.
Yeah.
And we've had conversations about that, and I feel more open how, like, you are kind of your own mind.
Yes, but that's what's gotten me here too.
Yes, exactly.
So this might be the end of it because of how I've played. I understand that, but not due to anything except for I would do it again if I had the chance.
Yeah.
And I wish this hadn't happened yesterday with Allie and Johnny both being like, well, you got my vote. And I was like, okay, but like, and then them being addressed together, the two of them, and me separately, as it has been this entire time.
Yeah.
So I understand that is just the circumstance. I know you see it. I know that you saw it throughout the week, and of course there were moments that I was like, ooh, is it best to keep Kaela because these two really don't? And that's how it would end up being a line in the sand.
Yeah.
But even on those couches at the last minute, I was like, I'm voting to evict Allie.
Yeah. I know.
Come or don't.
Yeah, and like I was very aware of all that, and I know, like, no offense, they would pick each other over you.
Always.
And
it's always been that way, and I've always known.
Yeah, and it's like, it's almost like, and this week, it's honestly like I don't even have control in the fact of, because like I knew it was like, if I didn't win HOH, I was going on the block, me and Derek, for all three of you. And it was, exactly, because that's just like how it was. But it's almost just like now there's 2 of the 3 that I got to put up. And it's honestly, at this point, it's whoever wins veto is safe. Really is. It has nothing to do with who I'm actually putting on the block. I think all the actual real conversations are going to happen after the veto. Because it depends who wins. Because if I put 2 people up, one of them wins, they come off, the next one goes up anyway. So it honestly doesn't even matter who I put on the block at this point. All I know is if it comes down to it, I can't take Derek to the final 2, and I know that.
You can't take you either. Maybe.
I don't think so.
I don't know him as well as I know him.
I honestly have no idea. I've been very voiceful since the very beginning of this game how I wouldn't take Derek to the final 2. And if I was in that position, there's not a point where like I would just do it now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's like I'm trying to pick, because like I know like other people would pick Derek, but Derek will win. It's almost like, I don't know. It's like things I'm trying to like weigh, and again, it's almost just like who wins the veto, and then conversations will happen. But at this point, it's like trying to pick people who can see that I would pick them over picking Derek, which I know that there's that. I know you're like very like receptive or whatever, but
well, I'm in a weirdly similar position. Except it's 2 people and not 1.
So it's almost just like if I get to the final 3, I'm no one's choice either.
I know.
And I always have been no one's choice.
Same here. You watched it happen yesterday, right in front of everybody's eyes. And I did notice that in that conversation, a lot of people were yelling. You were defending yourself in a raised voice, but you weren't yelling, panicking. And there was a lot of differences.
No, I can't. I can't go like this and talk to someone like that. But like, I don't do that. I can raise my voice and defend myself, but that's about it. But this
has been 60 or 56 days of being nobody's first choice. And I know that. It doesn't, it's not a personal thing. I get it.
And things made clear yesterday because, like, there was the whole thing just, like, where, like, the whole thing between, like, we didn't know where, like, Paris was between Allie and Liv and me and Derek kind of thing. And, like, even Allie in her speech stood up and was like, Paris, I've been working with you this whole entire game, and started throwing me under the bus, Derek under the bus, and just saying whatever she had to say kind of thing. And then Paris even saying after, she was like, oh, Liv was saying, like, you know, like, if Allie left, I would want you to be my next number 1 and all that stuff. I know Paris is good with every single person in the house.
Every single person.
Every single person. And like I've tried to say that to her and she says no, she's not. And she was like, I'm just gathering information from Allie and Liv and I know that. I know that. Trust me. I've thought of that.
It's so funny. And I have all these similarities outside of this house, and then we get in here and it's all the same shit.
I know that. And I know, like, if I get to, like, I know there's a lot of people that do not like me in that jury. So I have not even been trying to jury management because
I can't either.
I was trying to worry about surviving.
Yesterday was the first day where I thought, oh my God, I knew it was like this the whole time. So now people are willing to say it out loud. It's like, then you're obviously not worried about me, are you?
So I came in thinking like, oh, I'll have a great social game. So I've blown that several times. And there's a lot of people that
for a long time. It's not like it's awful now. It's just way different than when it started out being.
Exactly. And so like there's a lot of things that I'm like, you know. So obviously I'm taking everything into consideration, and when it comes down to it,
I'm not nervous about being on the block. I'm nervous about the week. It wouldn't. The feeling of nervousness would not really. It'd just be a different kind of nervousness.
Of course.
But I respect whatever you do, obviously. And it wasn't, last week wasn't to be like, you know, pick me as your best friend if you stay. I hope it didn't come across like that.
It didn't at all.
Okay.
No.
Because I think to them it did.
Oh, no. Like, no, Paris even came up to me and she was like, I'm supposed to be your number 1. I think you're picking Maddy over me. I don't want to keep you.
There you go.
And I'm like...
But she's supposed to be picking me. I understand.
I was just like, that doesn't make sense. They want Maddy out. Why are you putting your 3 in a position where you said you're all going to vote together, you're all going to stay together, but you're putting someone in your position in your group? It's because it benefited her and it benefited Will. So it's just, in the end, everyone's going to do what benefits themselves. And that's why I didn't understand why you guys wanted to vote in a 3.
Well, honestly, it was because I knew that the two of them would always choose the two of them. And if I didn't, it just made it even easier. So that's what it was. But the whole time I was very vocal. And again, I couldn't try to push it because it was already Allie saying, never, fuck her, like, doesn't matter.
Yeah, and that I think the only reason they were considering the other side is because it guaranteed they weren't that third on the block.
Correct. But then I was the third on the block.
And then you were the third on the block anyway. Yeah, but you wouldn't have been if I was if I was HOH. It's just different because Derek feels really close to Will.
I know.
That's the thing. And then Paris has that thing where she's good with everyone.
Every single person in this
house. So and like Will knew, and like I even admitted it in the room, which maybe I shouldn't have, but like at that point I wasn't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like when he was just like, well, when we get to Final Five, like you're cutting me first, you're not cutting the girls, and I'm like, well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I was almost just like,
worry about that.
Exactly. And then that was the thing where like you sat down and you were like, Final Five, no deals.
Yeah.
And I was
just
like,
wanted to make sure it was
no
like
deals.
that. Yeah. I didn't want that to be offensive. I just wanted everyone to see, because again, all week getting accused, and I wanted to be like, well, what the fuck are you accusing me for? Because this has been done the whole entire game by you guys. But you thought you'd have me in your back pocket this whole game.
Yeah.
In a way they did, because I really couldn't go against them as much as I wanted to last week.
Yeah.
So I guess they were right.
Yeah, I just want to really know, like, what changed their mind. Like, how did they flip? Like, what kept flipping them?
I don't know.
Yeah. Like, I don't know either.
Yeah, I think between, do we protect her or do we protect ourselves? And even to the last minute, they didn't know, and that's enough for me. And then, like, coming downstairs and being like, okay, what's gonna... You know, Allie's gone, like, we're all safe, we're all this. And I was like, and then after all this happened, and then to feel like, to question for a minute that you made the right or wrong decision, you're thinking about yourselves, not me, so why would I ever think about anything else?
Yeah.
I'm just me.
The thing is if you and Paris were on the block, Will would keep Paris. And you and Will were on the block, Paris would keep Will.
I know.
You're a last choice in every decision.
I have been this whole game.
And the thing is I'm on the block with any of you guys, they're all picking each other.
Not me.
They never pick me either.
So I think I would pick.
And the thing is when I get Final 3, if I win, I'm not picking Derek.
I know.
So.
I know who I'm not picking too. But again, this is throwing people under the bus right now. But
I
there's
know.
reality
No, we didn't
of the
say any
situation.
names.
Exactly.
Well, I said Derek, but like I've been voicing that forever.
I feel like being straightforward got me here, and the only choice I have moving forward.
I'm very straightforward in this game, and I'm not scared to be, and it's gotten me in trouble, and I've put my foot in my mouth several times.
See? So there you go. And here I am sitting here as the fifth
girl. She's not a girl's girl at all.
As much as she pretended to be this whole game.
Oh, yeah. No. She talks about how she was at home, like, playing video games with all the boys. Yeah. I know because I grew up being a boys girl.
Me too. Yeah.
Because I was a tomboy and played
I only
sports
had
and
boys
did all
in my
that.
house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, like, grew up and, like, I have a lot of girlfriends now and stuff. But it comes to the point where, like, I want to put myself in the best position. And I know that no one in this house is picking me, kind of thing. Yeah. I know. Yeah.
It even feels scary to say it, so I'm not.
Yeah, I know. I know that.
I'm willing to.
Yeah.
I know you know that, though. But this isn't the circumstance for that to have as much weight as I want it to.
Yeah.
So we have to wait.
Yeah, exactly. Because, like, if I went to Final 3, like, say I was in Final 3 with Will, if Will wins, Will's bringing Derek to the Final 2.
That's right.
Derek's bringing Will.
Yes, he is.
I was like, Paris, same thing, opposite and opposite, because even though Derek will win 100%, me at least you could talk about too, because Derek's done more. And his social game has been killer the whole time. Mine at least has flaws. So there's a lot more that I'm more argumental about. So like if we went there, and the thing is like, if me and Derek got to the Final 2, I'm gonna try my hardest to beat and win that final HOH. But like if Paris or Will were to bring each other, Derek's winning no matter what.
Exactly.
Yeah. So at least if I get there, there's a chance. And I'm not picking Derek in the end. So if I beat Derek, whoever that third person is who's my Final 2.
I can just hear you so loud and clear, but I can't say anything.
I know. I honestly, I'm very receptive in this conversation, so don't think that I'm not.
I know.
Even though you're not saying anything, you're still saying a lot.
Yep.
Because it's a lot different than conversations with them, so.
I don't.
It's always been that way.
Anything bad about them. I don't want to do anything.
You haven't.
I didn't think so.
No.
I'm just speaking about the 5 people in this house.
I know.
And how I think I sit within them.
You can say nothing and you can say it all, so don't even worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But again, it comes down to veto this week, and I do understand.
That's what it comes down to. So it's honestly like no matter what I do, it's literally whoever wins veto. So it's almost like the conversations won't even be actually valid until after veto.
You see how the math of this final 5 works. If the non-nominee, because obviously Derek's not going to be nominee, and the 2 of us will be, and one of us is going to be on the side. If the person on the side wins the veto and pulls one of them off, Derek has to be the replacement nominee.
Yep.
I know you understand that.
Yep.
If the person on the side wins the veto and does not use the veto on either nominee, one of those nominees goes home.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I haven't won a competition yet.
I know. And the one next week is usually like a smarts one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But I see the math.
Yeah.
And I think that if myself, one of those 2 was sitting on the block, and the 3rd person won, I don't think they would change the nominees.
Yeah. The only thing is like when Ryan was on the block and Derek even put him on the block, he told Derek that if you and Kaela got to the final, he goes, you have my vote 100% to Derek, because he hates me. He does not want me to win this game.
Me neither.
Yeah, so he passionately hates me. He already told Derek that if Derek got to the final, Derek wins. Johnny said that too. Like the fact that even like Derek even won the veto and saved himself, and he feels like Johnny feels like Derek even was like one of the reasons why I was saved this week, because of Will and everything. So anyway, so Johnny was like,
interesting that he took that angle.
Yeah, so Johnny said that,
of course,
like,
I wasn't in the room, so I never heard it.
No, yeah, so Johnny was like, Derek can win this game, just so you know.
I know.
And I was like, I know that. So he goes, yeah. So Johnny's voting for Derek, and Allie and Liv, they're not.
You.
What?
Ain't voting for me.
They're not voting for me. So the thing is right now every single person in that jury is not voting for me.
Unless you get there.
Unless I get there. If Derek gets there, he's 100% winning this game. 100%. Yeah. If Derek and I get there together, he's 100% winning.
That's right.
If I get there with someone, there's a lot of people that don't want me to win. And that's when I'm like, well, I'm not taking Derek, because that's a shoo-in for him.
And there's
to
a lot
win.
of people who look at you standing beside someone else and go, yeah, right, Kaela, you're not getting this.
Exactly.
There's one person that they wouldn't say that. There's one person that we'd have a pretty even chance against each other in that final too. I'm just saying.
I know that Paris is good with everyone in the game, and that's a great argument in the final.
So is Will. He's just been a little less sneaky to get there.
Yeah. Yeah. And Paris was in that room talking to Johnny for a really long time.
Yes, she was.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just know when I get to the final, right now, I don't have anyone's vote. It's almost just I want to get there.
Yep.
At this point, and at least say I was there, even if I don't win, because right now I don't think I have a good chance of winning.
You're in Final Four.
I'm in Final Four.
It's a 1 in 4 chance.
It's a 1 in 4 chance.
So
Exactly.
25% chance is a lot fucking better than what we started with walking into this house.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So again, like, it's no matter what, like, I can say or really want to do, it's whatever happens after the veto.
That's right.
Is what I'm going to have to work with. I'm not even saying, like, what I want right now is what I want.
It's what
but if the
happens
veto
after the
screws
veto.
up, I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, go out there and win that veto if you can.
I will be trying my damnedest to get that done. But I wish that this circumstance, I am in a corner of what I can say and not say. I do know that.
I know that, but you're
it's
saying a
only
lot
to
more
make it-
than you're even saying, so don't even worry about it.
Okay. I know that you get it, and I wasn't worried about coming in here and not making you understand.
Yeah.
I did actually thank Derek for putting me as the 3rd, because again, it was like, I don't have a side deal. The reason that this is looking the way it looks is because for the first time ever, I have a stronger relationship with somebody than you guys do.
Yep.
So.
But Paris thought we had the stronger relationship, but that's when, so like, after all the blow-ups and everything with Paris, so Ali and Liv came to me and told me a bunch of stuff about Paris. Only because I said, what I said in the HOH room about Paris. And they were just basically like, so it's funny how you thought you trusted Paris a lot. And I'm like, yeah, like I really did. Like I've been working with Paris since day 2 in this game. And they're literally just like, that's funny, because she's been coming to us for weeks now, talking about how she's just pretending to be good with you and telling us all this information. And I'm like, that's so funny, because she's coming to me, telling me that she's just hanging out with you guys to make it look good, and then trying to feed us back information. And Allie and literally like, wow, she played us all.
And I haven't yet.
No.
Because I don't have to.
No, you don't.
Exactly.
Because I already know. Because I found that out last week.
But just because you don't know the specifics, just like how I don't know the specifics, we're not stupid people.
Nope. Because what Alex said before she walked out that door, I looked at Derek and I was like, none of that is a lie.
None of that is a lie.
Nope. Even though Derek was like, shut up, go out the door or whatever,
like when
it was just to make her stop
Liv and
talking.
Johnny were leaving. They have no reason to tell a lie at that point.
Oh, okay. So they told you stuff too.
They sure fucking did.
Yep.
And there's stuff I knew, but I didn't know the specifics of, and now I know.
Yeah. So that was me trying to tiptoe around it 2 weeks ago when I was trying to hint to you on that couch. Because this whole 86 thing that happened, I went to Paris and I told her, I was like, I trust Maddy so much. I want Maddy in this game. I trust her. I want to work with her and all this stuff. And she was just like, don't trust Maddy. She told me not to. But I think that's because she wanted to try to make sure she was in between us.
Yes. She told me that you told, I guess this is me throwing someone under the bus.
That's okay.
Just that I was a huge mental threat and that I can't.
I've never said that at all.
I didn't think so.
Nope.
And then the word baggage was used, which I know I've never said the word baggage. When Johnny was on the last day trying to split us apart because he was just trying to figure out how he could best get those 2 votes to get you out.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, you've called us baggage to Johnny, you've called us this and that. And I said, no, I didn't. Who said the word baggage, though? Oh, nobody? No one said it? You said, or Johnny said that I said it about you guys? Why is the word being used right now? That it was a lie within a lie and I saw.
No, I went to Paris and because she's the one who was like, no, we can bring Maddy in as a number and work with her, blah, blah, blah. And then we talked to you and you're like, oh yeah, like, remember 86, we were talking about it, like, that would be a good thing. And I'm thinking, this is going to work, because I really trust Maddy. And at the time I was like, I really trust Paris.
And the thing that sketches me out about you guys, which is just me being honest again, is that Paris never was in the room when we had these conversations. So I thought, okay, you guys must be playing us in a way because, oh, I don't know about this. But then I thought, well, if you two are in a room with Derek and Kaela having conversations without me, what the fuck is the difference?
For Will and
Derek?
No, they tried to make a Final Four.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to make a Final Four without you. And that's when I went to Paris and was like, I trust Matt. Because honestly, I'm not that close with Will. That's not a lie. Derek's really close with Will.
At the beginning of the game, I was a lot closer with him game-wise.
Oh, okay, yeah. But Derek's really close with Will and really likes Will in this game.
Yeah.
And then I went to Paris after that, and I was like, I trust Maddy. I want to work with Maddy. And that's when she was like, no, you can't trust Maddy. Just so you know, just as much as you want to tell her things, you can't. She's like, don't. She goes, come to me before you think you should tell Maddy something.
It's interesting because who do you think I would have told? There was nobody left.
Yeah, but she was like, come to me before you tell Maddy anything, and I'll let you know if you can tell her that. Yeah. So.
No, I see it, but there's just, honestly, up until this point, nothing I can do about it.
But even a couple weeks ago, there was a point, I never kept it a secret, but I play rugby, obviously. And friggin' Veronica knew, Johnny knew, Will, or,
I knew that.
there are a bunch of people. But I didn't tell you personally, but I told Paris that I wanted to tell you, and she told me not to.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. She was like, don't tell Maddy, she might take it the wrong way.
But you played rugby?
Like that. What?
So random.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. No, but I was openly talking about it with V in friggin' week 3 and week 4. It wasn't a secret, but
maybe
something.
It was V who told me.
Everyone. Yeah, it wasn't a secret I was keeping. I was saying it, but everyone heard I played hockey in high school, so everyone talked about hockey. No one ever asked me about rugby because everyone asked V about rugby, and I was like, oh sweet, she can be whatever rugby. I was like, yeah, I play rugby, no big deal.
Yeah.
And then I was talking to Paris, and I was like, I feel like no one feels like I play rugby. I just want to be like, hey, just so you know,
The statements that have been reinforced this week is, it's all done. Don't let anyone try to pull us apart anymore. And it was in, the room of 3 people. And I was like, okay.
So after I had that conversation with Paris telling her that how much I trust you and she told me not to, that's when I was like,
okay,
got curious. And that's when I told you, I was like, how do you feel about your relationship with Will and Paris?
But I haven't had any like specific things.
Yeah, but I couldn't tell you because without
and I couldn't go in there
like,
being I'm so suspicious.
But because I was wondering why she was so close to you and why she was telling me not to get close to you. I was like, oh, there must be a reason. Maybe Paris is trying to look out for me. That was before I kind of clued in that she's good with everyone in the house and she just makes sure that she's their number one.
Yeah.
And you're not getting closer.
And oftentimes she'll be upset about how she feels as a person about herself. And it's always been, well, I keep, you know, throwing myself kind of in the way of like to protect others and all that stuff. And I was like, you wouldn't cry over that. Like there's something, like I do think she genuinely does feel bad about manipulating so many people, but especially me singularly, because she does confide a lot of things in that. But her thing is always, you know so much about my game that you could ruin my game if you had a chance. And they're like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
Lots of people know.
Yeah.
I don't have the individual knowledge.
No, it almost sucks because like a couple weeks ago, like after like even just like even my HOH week and stuff, like how I wanted to like get really close to you because I felt good with you and better with you than a lot of people in this house, and she put a halt to it.
Big time.
Big time. And that's made me like think about Paris in a huge different way. Because if she was as close as me as she said she was, why wouldn't she want me to be close to you? Because I thought you guys were close.
No, because she wants to be my number one.
And that's why I warned you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And that's not me saying that now because we're in Final Five. That was me warning you a couple weeks ago.
I was there. Yeah. No, don't
Without
worry.
trying to say too much because I knew you were closer.
And I couldn't say
I didn't
too
want you to
much
take
either.
it a wrong way.
Yeah.
I just didn't want you to take it in a way where you just went to her because you were closer with her. So I knew I couldn't say much without basically saying nothing.
And I really didn't, because you guys had been like this for so long, I didn't know how much I could say to you either.
No, exactly. And then that was the point where just like, it's almost like I felt like I trusted you more, but it was to the fact where like, I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, now we do.
Because, So.
But again, it's a veto, right?
Yeah. So just saying, careful, because you're not their choice.
No, I know that. I really do.
And they've told me several times.
Yes, I do know.
They've tried to make a Final Four with me and Derek.
Interesting, it could be.
Yeah. And it was a lot of things about you going on block and stuff at their hand.
During Olivia's double eviction, HOH, I know that the only person that said don't put me up for his own personal game, it didn't have to do with like...
Johnny.
Yeah. I know he was the only person. And I had been told that before.
I was trying to fight for myself. I knew it was either me or you. And I think I even told you that.
No, I'm not saying... That's not against you. No. I'm saying the two of them...
Oh, okay, yeah.
Didn't defend. No. But it's been through this whole entire...
Honestly, didn't talk to Will.
Yeah.
Like, Johnny, whatever his name is, Derek actually talked to Will a lot more. So but like with Paris, she told me several times she put you on the block in a heartbeat.
Especially with the quickness of everyone to have me as the last person. I get it could have been a wrong impression. Things happen in this game, and I know that me as a person often is people are standoffish towards right away, but nothing would give it the momentum unless that was happening this whole game.
Yeah.
There was a reason why it was me and not others.
Yeah.
And I understand that entire time who it could have been, but I had nowhere else to go.
Yeah, and I just don't get it because she's really close to Will, but the stuff that Allie was yelling that she was saying about Will was true too, because she's told me that too.
She said a lot of things about Will to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you know that part's true.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I listened to all that stuff and I knew all of it was true.
Yep.
So what the fuck do we do, Kaela?
Yeah. No, because when I said what I said about Paris to Johnny, all that was true about the HOH week.
Yeah.
She told me it was you and Johnny.
I know. It wasn't.
Yeah. And then when Johnny was questioning me and Paris came in and had a separate conversation, she was like yelling, spitting, like trying to tell me all this stuff, saying how I'm a big fat liar. And I'm literally sitting there, I'm staring at her like this. And I'm like, wow. I'm just sitting there and that's when I'm like, you're good because I'm not lying at all and I know it.
You're good too, but in a different way.
I'm in a way that I'd rather be brutally honest to the fault where like, I'm literally not lying. I don't know what you wanted me to tell you, but this is how it is. And it was like me all week. I did not change my story. I did not try to say other things to convince you. I'm literally like, if you keep me, this is what will happen. I will bring you to the Final Five. And I was like, you can't guarantee that you can. And I was like, yes, I can, because a 1 in 6 chance is something that you would never get in this game. It will happen. What did I do? Go out and do it.
There you go.
Derek won. I won veto.
Here we are.
You guys are here.
And just for the record, they might try to throw out what the plan was if one of the three of us were to win. I would have put up Derek, and you put me up too, but Derek, Liv, and Johnny. because I didn't want a chance of Johnny using the veto on Liv. I didn't want Liv the chance of using the veto on Johnny, because those are the people that I wanted to go home. Derek is a big target in this game and would have probably won the veto as well, and that would have been the other person, because I wouldn't have put up Will or Paris at that point.
Oh, yeah.
So just so you know, because whatever it gets twisted with, and when we went down in front of the gates, what's the plan, what's the plan? I was the first person to speak, and I said, it's the same plan for me, which is Derek, Liv, and Johnny.
Yeah.
I want you to know that now.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I figured. But honestly, if it's Derek over me, I'm fine with that.
It always has been.
And that's how I've been since day one in this game. I was like, yeah, I do have Derek's back, just like how you have their back. But when it comes to yourself,
comes.
Yeah. When it comes to pick me or Derek, I'm saying pick me 100%. So, because I'm telling you, Derek put you on the block.
Yeah.
Derek's closer to them.
It's literally happened right in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, and I was like, the last thing people want to do is if Derek, like, won HOH next week or whatever, he'd guaranteed final 3. I was like, the last thing that people want to do is like, oh, bring me to the final 3 with that. But I'm not picking Derek if I win. And I feel like I can beat Derek in that final HOH if anyone can. And then, because he's picking Will or Paris.
He is.
So if you bring Will or Paris and you don't win, you don't go.
I know. It's all there. I haven't even lost sleep over it, because it just is what it is. Yeah.
So, and I'm just thinking, but like if Will or Paris,
I just need to survive this week.
That, yeah. Again, that's why I'm like, it doesn't even matter what I do, just win the veto.
I just need you to survive this week too. I need you to survive this week too.
Yeah.
And your HOH. So you are.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, I've been in here forever, and I'm sure I'll get lots of questions.
Oh, no worries. I'm just sitting and chatting.
Exactly.